Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jules, and in today's video, I am going to talk about how GLP-1 medications didn't just help me lose 50 pounds and transform my body, but they have helped me to quit alcohol for good. Not because I wanted to, not because I set a goal or joined a program, but because my brain and my body simply stopped wanting it. If you're a woman over the age of 35, you're nearing perimenopause, you have stress, you have hormonal symptoms, cravings, weight loss resistance, or you just feel like alcohol is taking more from you than it's giving, this video is going to speak to you. I'm also going to break down the science behind alcohol, cravings, what GLP-1s actually do in the brain, and why women especially, but men too, in midlife, get hit much, much harder. The women get hit much harder by alcohol than men. So grab a bottle of water, tea, coffee, and settle in. This is a conversation that could change your life the way it's changed mine. So let me give you a little backstory on my life. For most of my life, alcohol wasn't really a thing. I wasn't a big drinker in my 20s. I did dabble a little bit in college. Not really much of anything in my 20s or even my 30s. But when I went through my divorce at age 41, that changed. Suddenly, I was dating again. And let's be honest, the dating culture heavily revolves around drinks. Going out meant bars, wine, cocktails, breweries, wineries. Alcohol basically became kind of a default setting for socializing and bonding and relaxing. I didn't drink to escape. I drank to fit in, to feel connected, to feel fun. It became part of my rhythm. Dinner out meant a glass of wine or two, social gatherings, more drinks, weekends, more drinks, holidays, more drinks, drink. It pretty much felt normal. But then I kind of started noticing something. The next day, I would have a little more anxiety. I would be waking up in the middle of the night, bloating, headaches, irritability. I was tired. My sleep was suffering. My mood suffered. I was aging faster. Did I say bloating? Yeah, I know I did. That was a biggie. I look back on pictures of that, but I brushed it off. Then I met my husband. He eventually chose to be sober. And that kind of became a turning point for me as well. My drinking slowed down a lot, but it was still there. Fast forward to September 2022 when I started my GLP-1 journey. So at the time, alcohol was still part of my world. And I told myself, I'll just drink less. I'll be mindful. But something unexpected happened. And within about 8 weeks of being on the medication, alcohol felt different. My appetite for it changed. 1 sip was okay, 2 was a little bit weird, but by the 3rd sip, it grossed me out. I was disgusted. It was like my brain said, no more, no thank you, not anymore. And I have not missed it ever since. So let's talk about the science and alcohol. Why does this happen? Because the science is actually pretty incredible. Both alcohol and highly palatable foods activate the reward system in your brain, specifically the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. When you drink, you get a dopamine spike. Your brain goes, ooh, that feels good. Do it again. And then over time, that pathway gets stronger and more automatic. GLP-1 medications, they don't just lower the appetite, They actually change the reward signaling in the brain. Research has shown that GLP-1 medications, they reduce the dopamine release associated with these addictive substances like alcohol. They essentially blunt the pleasure response. Scientists have found that GLP-1 reduces alcohol intake, both in animals and humans. And it makes alcohol less rewarding, less desirable, less pleasurable. They also reduce cravings, impulsivity, and relapse behavior. So when I say that these GLP-1 medications have reprogrammed my brain, I am being literal. It did. The desire vanished, the cravings vanished. This habit loop, it broke almost effortlessly. And then suddenly alcohol just didn't taste the same. It didn't feel the same. The emotional attachment was gone. But the other part of this is that alcohol in the female body doesn't do very well, especially during perimenopause and menopause. So let's talk about that. If you're a woman over the age of 35, you need to know this. Alcohol metabolizes differently in women than men. Women have lower body water, lower enzyme activity, which means that the same drink will hit you harder, last longer, and has more metabolic consequences in you than in your significant other or husband or brother or whoever. It hits differently. During menopause, estrogen swings wildly. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. Alcohol will amplify both of these extremes. Alcohol will raise cortisol. It will raise that stress hormone. It elevates it, meaning you will store more abdominal belly fats. Alcohol reduces growth hormone, which we need to build muscle and to repair tissues and to keep our metabolism running high. And it reduces the collagen and it helps to inhibit recovery. Alcohol will disrupt the estrogen and progesterone balance. It worsens hot flashes, anxiety, blood sugar swings, sleep. It shortens your telomeres, which are like the aging clock at the cellular level. And then there's the fat burning issue. Alcohol has 7 calories a gram, but your body will treat it as toxic. So your liver stops burning fats and it will prioritize detoxing that alcohol first. Fat burning basically shuts down for hours. So a drink on a Friday or a Saturday, you are going to suppress that fat burning for most of the weekends. Add in cravings, dehydration, anxiety, poor sleep, and your weight loss program will dramatically slow down, even if your calories are looking fine. So this is why most women feel like, hey, I'm doing everything right, but I'm still not losing weight. Alcohol quietly works against you on every hormonal, metabolic, and neurological level. Okay, the next part of the alcohol story is sleep. Alcohol will destroy your sleep quality. Every one drink will interfere with your REM and your deep sleep. You will fall asleep faster, but the sleep is terrible. You will wake up tired, foggy, less resilient. Poor sleep increases your ghrelin, your hunger hormone. It lowers your leptin, the fullness hormone. It will raise your cortisol. All of that increases cravings and emotional eating. When you're using a GLP-1, good sleep amplifies your fat loss. Alcohol will work against every bit of progress. It also lowers your inhibitions. So you are not going to make the same choices that you would have made if you didn't have any alcohol, right? So that late night snacking, those high calorie foods, the sugar, you're going to just be like, screw it, I can have all of that, because you just don't care in the moments. And then you're going to feel like garbage the next day. So I used to say, I only drink occasionally, but even occasional drinking it disrupted my sleep. It increased my anxiety, and it was slowing my progress down. And once I removed alcohol, my sleep went off the charts. It just became so easy to sleep, to go to bed, to fall asleep, to stay asleep. I woke up much more rested, much more clear-headed. My cravings got lower. My mood was way more stabilized. Appetite more predictable. I know when I get a really bad night of sleep, even on a GLP-1, the next day I'm just hungry. I'm like hungry all day long, and it's really hard to satisfy that hunger because of the bad sleep. Very unpredictable appetite. And it's one of the biggest reasons that I've been able to maintain my 50-pound loss for over 2 years, is that I get really good, consistent quality sleep. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is the social side. Alcohol is tied to identity. It's tied to fun. It's tied to connection. It's tied to belonging. When you stop drinking, people notice. Some are curious, some are supportive, some are uncomfortable. Your choice not to drink can make others really reflect on their own relationship with alcohol, and it can bring up some defensiveness, judgment. I've experienced it. You have probably seen this as well if you have been on this journey and you have stopped drinking alcohol. At first, social events might feel a little bit awkward. I didn't know what to do when I was at social events or work events when everyone's drinking. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? Everyone has a drink in their hand. How do I relax? I didn't know, are people judging me, or what's going on? Do they think I'm just boring? But over time, it got easier. And here's the beautiful part. I learned that I could enjoy just the simple fact of just being with people, having the bonding and the social experience without needing a drink. I can still have fun. I can laugh. I can dance. I can just remember every moment of the evening pretty clearly. I wake up the next day empowered and full of energy and very present, and that feeling is priceless. Okay, this next part is an unexpected gift of giving up alcohol, and that is identity. When you stop drinking, you have to redefine who you are. You stop being the wine girl. You stop being the one who needs a drink to unwind. Instead, you become someone who handles emotions and stress and discomfort with clarity and strength. You become someone who goes to bed early because you respect your health. You are someone that wakes up energized, who builds muscle, who feels deeply connected to their purpose. When I choose water instead of wine, I feel so good. I feel so proud. I don't feel deprived ever. I choose this. It aligns with my story, with my journey. It aligns with the woman that I want to be today and the woman that I want to be as I get older, as I move into the next decade, and as I move into the 70s and the 80s and beyond. I want to be strong and sharp and have a great mind and healthy and full of energy. And alcohol does not support any of those goals. Removing it was one of the greatest gifts that I gave myself. Self-respect and the ability to be the healthiest version that I can be. So if you're watching this and you're still drinking, this is not about judging or shaming you at all. This is about giving you the knowledge and the tools, because now you can ask yourself, what is alcohol doing for me? Is it relaxing me? Is it numbing me? Is it to connect? Is it to escape? Is it to celebrate? Is it to cope with something? If you're having trouble stopping, talk to your doctor. Talk to other people. So many women have had a lot of benefit by combining a GLP-1 with another medication like naltrexone, which can help to reduce cravings for alcohol. And there's no shame in getting help. That is something that means you are strong. To ask for help, to seek help, to go and get that means you are a strong person, not a weak person. So do not label yourself as weak. You are just simply somebody who is choosing not to have alcohol. And if you choose to try and ask for help or get another medication, that means you are choosing your health and you're prioritizing yourself. So just know that your goals are so important. And if you want to reach those goals, your well-being and how you get there is more important than a temporary buzz. When I let go of alcohol, everything in my life improved. My body, my brain, my metabolism, my energy, my relationships. GLP-1s gave me that window, but I still had to make the choice to walk that journey. I still had to make the choice to give it up. But GLP-1s gave me the room, the space to do it. So if you are feeling that same nudge, you're curious about it, that little inner voice is going, maybe I don't need alcohol anymore. I don't need it. I don't want it. Trust me, you will never regret giving it up, ever. Because you're going to be so proud of the version of the person that you are turning into. So if this video resonated with you, please share it with somebody who might need it, a friend or a family member. Leave a comment below on your journey. Let me know what you're going through. Tell me what your biggest challenge is. Is alcohol still a part of your life, or have you decided to give up on it? And if you are new to the channel, subscribe to it so you always know when the next video is coming. And I am cheering you on every step of the way. I will see you in the next video. Stay strong.